Hey everyone, welcome to TenMoonHouse. I'm doing live readings tonight, open request. All bookings can be purchased through the Hypsee link in the comments section, or it's also located in the description box. All readings tonight can be purchased, like I said, through the Hypsee link. I am also taking donations. If you want anything that resonates with you, be glad to receive that, anywhere from $1 up. Hope everyone's having a good night and look forward to assisting others on their journey, giving you readings to clarify any situation that's going on in your life. We'll wait for a few people to get on. Live open request. All right, so tonight's readings are going to be done with the Heaven and Earth Tarot, as well as the Art Nouveau Tarot. That is the Major Arcana. I do herbal readings from the Wild Medicine Herbal deck. You can find that deck just about anywhere. It's only from a special place. Eternal crystals. These are great to see what crystals are great for you to use on your journey right now. I have the Moonology Oracle deck, the Moonology Manifestation, and the Elemental Oracle. All of these can be purchased through the Hypsee link to be read live, or if you prefer a private reading, I can do that as well. All right, so most of the options that are in the Hypsy link can be purchased anywhere from $5 to $10. So I've got the herbal tea that's used with the herbal deck, mystical crystal, using the crystal oracle to see what crystals are great for you to use right now. Moon oracle shine, that's to see give you some insights, clarity, confirmation. Moon manifest, Moon manifest trine. That's really good to see what to give you some pointers and some truths and some confirmation on how to what needs to happen for you to manifest. The elementals also great to tap into the different elements to utilize that for your journey. I also have some other options. If you have a career that you got going on and you want to see if things are going to need to shift or change, that's $5. Lover, quick discover. That's a really good one. If things have kind of shifted in your love dynamic and romance, maybe your partner's gone cold or they're just acting funny and you're not sure what's happening. We can look into their energies and see what needs to either shift or what things for you to know so that you can handle things properly. I also do dream interpretations. Dreams are usually portrayed by our subconscious when we sleep. They're giving us uh, symbols and metaphors and scenarios that give us key points into things that may be happening in our waking life, things you need to be aware of. I also have a past, present, future option. It's great to see where you've been, where you're at now, and where you're going, and where what things might pop up for you ahead. I also have a question quickie. It can be any question you want. Um, within reason, of course. We don't want to do anything that's risque. But question quickie, anything that's on your mind and you need a quick answer to, that's really good. And also the big shift. If there's anything shifting in your life and you need to see what is shifting, how it's shifting, and where to go from there, that's what I do. I also do life coaching, spiritual coaching outside of the live. I am usually available weekdays in the evenings. I do have a private booking agent, TenMoonHouse.square.site. So that's two options. But most of my lives are done through the Hypsee link. That is pinned in the comments section, also in the bio. Too many. Yep. Okay. Hopefully, get some new people on and get any love readings, zodiac readings, personal readings, um, career readings, or any kind of reading that appeals to you. Be glad to assist you in that. You made it! Yay! Awesome. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Let's see what's happening for the week. What's going on for the week for you? All right. Well, we're closer to the weekend, so this will probably be more weekend energy. All right. It looks like um, looks like a rest a little bit. Looks like feeling good about things, feeling fulfilled. Maybe finding some time to fill your own cups up, enjoying the luxuries of life, the things that you've built up for yourself. You're going to be just kind of enjoying that. And when I see this card, I always think of resting on your laurels. So you know what that means? Like things that you've accomplished, built up, and you're like, okay, well, I can take a break, and that's what you'll be doing this weekend. All right, we have the stars lining up, and things are looking very good. Wish fulfillments maybe taking place. If you've done any manifesting for just general things for your life, that's lining up. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, so things are spinning. Good luck, good fortune is spinning in your favor. Maybe some deliverance of good information, money, whatever. And I feel this is kind of going to be a weekend of freedom. Honestly, just taking, like I said, taking a break, maybe experiencing some new things, tapping into some new energies this weekend. So that's really pretty. Let's see. Let's get one more overall for you. And we got two. Very cool. Okay, so you're kind of putting a blinder on your duties or responsibilities, things you have to do in normal routine, and it's just coming together with friends and maybe even family to just enjoy things. I know Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, so that is also a time of gathering together with family to celebrate mothers. So yeah, looks like a really nice weekend ahead. So cool. You want to see what's going on with your weekend? Book a reading with me. I'll be glad to assist. Yeah, feels good. Sounds good. Today's been kind of wacky with the energies and the air, but with if you follow the moon cycles, the moon moves into different zodiac signs every 2 days. We've been in a void of course since 9 a.m. until like 2 a.m. tonight. So it's been a full day of just void of course moon. It's not been in any specific signs. So things have been maybe a little difficult for the collective. Things just feel a little bit wonky, but that's okay. It just is what it is. But we're moving into Aquarius. The moon's moving into Aquarius early in the morning. So hopefully tomorrow we'll start to feel a little bit better. Might be a little bit more breezy, airy, instead of like stuck, restricted, and so all right. If you know people, know friends, know family that need, are going through things and they need some coaching, that's what I'm here for. I'll be glad to assist. Send them my way. I do private readings, private coaching, holistic health coaching as well. Love readings, tarot readings, career readings, dream interpretations, all kinds of good stuff. Well equipped with the energy of crystal knowledge, astrology, herbalism. So that's all good. All right, let's get some collective energy going here. What's going to be, let's see what's happening. Lots of love is going to be in the air. Okay. So this kind of lines up with Mother's Day, where, if your mother's still living, or even beyond the grave, actually, there's lots of love that's going to be coming in because it reminds mothers of the bond and the connection we have created with them. And there's just going to be a really good outpouring of love and care to lots of generous energy, you know, and I do sense a I get a sense of just showering your loved one or loved ones with your energy, and just expressing that gratitude, expressing that love. Very nice. And for some, wow, this is I'm channeling this is coming through. There's going to be some people that are going to be revealing some things to their mother that their mother didn't know, and they've been wanting to let them know but haven't been able to. And so this is like, and I think there's also the the energy of how do I express what I need to. But you always want to do it the best way that you know how. You know, there's no right or wrong. Um, Most mothers love us unconditionally, so I do feel like there's a passionate pursuit you're wanting to go after, and you kind of want to get her blessing. So I do see that happening this weekend as well. You're not here to ruin anything, but you are here to get, you know, some kind of validation for what you're working on. So that's cool. Yeah, it's just gonna be a really well-rounded weekend for most people. I was thinking about doing what does your mother want to tell you? A lot of times, whether she's living or deceased, a lot of people want to know, well, what does my mother want to tell me? I get that from my clients a lot. They're like, tell me what my mom wants to tell me. She's deceased, and um, so I've been able to channel readings for people regarding their deceased loved ones. It's really, really good energy. It's really nice. So and it doesn't have to be a mother. It could be anybody. If you have someone deceased in your life that you want to get messages from, we can look into that. And that's not always, if you're not really in tune or have a lot of intuition or psychic gifts, our mothers are usually surrounding us in spirit, and we may not be able to pick up on the messages they're trying to tell us. Sometimes we feel their presence, and there may be some things they want to say, but we're just not able to pick up on it. So that's what I do, is we look into see what they want to tell you. All right, who else out there that wants a reading tonight? Open request live Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central. I am also on Facebook Mondays at 8 p.m. Central. Anything that resonates tonight, feel free to donate. I have a Cash App account. Or on the Hypsee link, you can navigate the page, and there's a donate button there as well. Follow me on there, add me, keep up to date with my events and things that I'm doing there. All right, there's some energy that's coming through here. Let's see what's someone that needs a message. Okay, I see someone trying to balance a financial system, but there's a block. Someone has a financial block here, but there's really not a whole lot to worry about because there are things that are coming in. Just be open to receiving it. Be open to getting that, whatever's trying to come in here, and whatever is coming in is going to be able to help you to move forward and away from that block and towards a much brighter financial future. If that's you and you need to see where things are heading, book a session with me. I'll be glad to assist. Let's get this golden art nouveau. Whoa. This is the major arcana, and it's just major key points. Great collective deck, and it's a very beautiful deck too. Crystal it fell. Let me know if there's anything you want to discuss, talk about. I'm not just mostly here to do readings, but it's always fun to just to educate too. So if there's any area of spiritualism, metaphysics that you want to dive deep into, we can do that as well. I don't claim to know everything, but I do have gifts, and I'm well equipped with a lot of info and wisdom to relay. And it's just my mission to give you the tools that you need to make your life better and assist you in becoming the greatest version of yourself. All right, let's get a card here for the collective. It's popping out. This is the Emperor. This has come out in recent weeks. This is a reclamation of your power. A lot of times we give our power away to people, places. There's even all kinds of different deep stuff out there, but we can give our power away. Even yeah, there's lots of areas we can go into that. But this is about reclaiming your power, calling back your power to you, because we can lose ourselves. We can lose our power if we are putting too much time and energy into the things that aren't really maybe reciprocating or giving back to us the way we need it to. And the Emperor is about making a decision to stay grounded and solid in the thinking process. So lots of great power coming back, but you also have to reclaim your power. And this doesn't always happen naturally. Now you can seclude yourself, you can isolate yourself and recharge, but people, places, and things that we have put ourselves into hold on to that, and it's not always deserved too. So that's where we want to call back the power to us mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But yeah, everything's made of energy, and we give our energy away, but we call it back, and that can create some magnetism too. So if you're reclaiming your power, then that creates a magnetism for people to come to you. Now, when there is a magnetism, you can attract good and bad. But you want to have the discernment into who to accept into your circle and who not to. It's very important to have intuition and to look and to have knowledge and looking for red flags that could potentially hurt you or cause some heartache, and you don't want that. Probably already been that way, had that before, but you know, we deserve better. Deserve to experience better things from people in situations. Let's get one more. Ooh, tower moments. Not always a negative thing. However, the tower is about the breaking down of the old. Over time, years, decades, whatever, however old you are, you build yourself up through different things, beliefs, tradition, situations. This can be a general card for a lot of things. However, this creates a break. The breakdown creates a new foundation in which to build from. So you got to build. You can't go forward with old energy all the time. You have to create something new in order for you to progress. So that new foundation allows. I always hear this saying. It's like you have to tear down the old POS. You know what that means? Shack. To build the big, beautiful crystal castle. And this is all metaphorical, of course. It's your energy, You are removing the old things so that new things can come in. Now, the tower, for the collective, it's just like I feel that new foundation that's being built because we have had several months, even years of time to release all of those old things so that these new energies coming through can, can assist us in building that big, beautiful crystal castle. All right. Tower moments, but they're good building foundations. All right, that was collective. I'm gonna do something different tonight. I feel like I'm gonna, I usually do the zodiacs with the tarot, but I'm gonna use the moonology, and I'm actually gonna use the elemental too. So, all right, this should be fun. We'll start out with Aries, and let's see what pops out. What Aries needs to know for this coming weekend or for the next few days, as well as what elements to work with to achieve whatever it is that's going on. All right, Aries, show us a card for the Aries collective. Okay, so something you've been working on. This is saying nothing is going to come out of this situation. And what's funny is this is the void of course moon, which we're in right now, which is what I was saying earlier. Um, and void of course moon is always kind of like not a time to do things, major things, sign any contracts, start something new. It's just like don't make any major plans. But when the moon goes into a sign, that's when you can kind of move forward with a plan or a decision. But whatever in general for you, Aries, nothing's going to come out of it. So you may want to kind of leave that behind. Let's see what element. Okay, so we have the cave. This is protection. So if nothing's going to come out of it, it's time to kind of go back within, and you want to protect yourself because I feel like a lot of you Aries have put so much time and effort into maybe a situation. Excuse me. Maybe a relationship or whatever it may be, maybe a project too. But if you put it out there and it's like, okay, you're spinning your wheels, there's nothing that's going to come out of it. Time to retreat, work on you, do some self love, do some self care. All right, that was for Aries. Let's see what is going for Taurus. Show us a message for Taurus and an element. Collective sign for the weekend for Taurus. Okay, time to work through some fears. There was I made a video, and you can go look at it into the on my page here on YouTube, and it was, are you going to face everything and rise? You're going to fear everything and run, or face everything and rise? In order to grow, we have to face our fears. And you being, Taurus, as you being a bull, usually a lot of times face things head on, but when it comes to fear, it's not always easy for any sign. But it's time to face your fears and work through those, get past them, put yourself in situations where you can overcome those. Like can't give an example right now, but you know what fears you have, and those are the things you just want to face head on. All right, let's see. Well, here's your element, Earth, and you're an Earth sign. So Taurus, you are find time to spend some time in nature. As this correlates with working through your fears, being out in nature will help give you the confidence and the motivation to face those. Okay, you know, you want to be in an environment where you feel comfortable and feel at home, but you can face your fears in a comfortable setting too. So keep that in mind. All right, that was for Taurus. Let's see. Show us Gemini. What messages for Gemini? Messages for Gemini for the week. All right. Balancing spirituality and practicality. Now, this is a Pisces moon, but Gemini, you have that twin. So that's that double sided energy, double sided personality. But you want to balance things because, when it comes to spirituality, sometimes it can just be a little bit more either nebulous or um, dreamy. But you want to bring things into a practical plan, especially if you're doing any type of modality. You can't always utilize something in your head or whatever. But if you want to, let's say, assist other people or enhance your life, you got to take a practical approach to it, right? Let's see what element for you, Gemini. What element can Gemini work with? Music. Nice. That's a great correlation because music is in some ways spiritual. It really touches. It can touch your soul. It can touch your spirit. There's lots of well, it can also balance out your chakras too. And the chakras are located seven. There's 7 ones throughout the body, but each note actually correlates to a different chakra too. And when we listen to music, pay attention to where you feel it in your body, and that a lot of times tell you, okay, this is I'm feeling it in my heart, or I'm feeling it in my stomach, or even in your head, or if it makes you want to sing along. So music can help ground in the practicality of your spiritual journey too. So music also brings joy, and when you bring joy to your life, you can balance things a little bit easier. All right, that was for Gemini. Next is Cancer. Show us a message for Cancer for the weekend. All right. Cancer, have faith in your dreams. Your dreams haven't, maybe not have materialized yet, but they will. But have faith that everything's going to work out. A lot of times there's doubt. There's things you want to do, there's things you want to bring into existence, but they may not have materialized yet. So have faith that it will happen. Just keep that, keep manifesting, keep that momentum going. Don't quit 5 minutes before your blessing. All right, let's get a element for Cancer. What element can enhance Cancer this week? Interesting. Atoms. This is the building block of life, the building block of physical reality. material things. And atoms, like if I didn't say that before, they're the building blocks, which can also be the building blocks of materializing your dreams into existence. So if you're tapping into atoms, that's your building block. And you can use that to build your dreams. Okay? I feel like there's more to this message. Cancers are ruled by the moon, and the moon can be a big inspiration too. Yeah, as atoms build over time, they create. So cancers can be have creative energies. So that's use that. All right, that was for Cancer. We spread this deck. We'll move on to Leo. How's everybody doing tonight? Live open request. All readings can be booked through the Hypsee link in the comments section. It should be pinned. Let's see if there's any requests so far. All right, moving on to Leo. What messages do we have for Leo for the week? And expect powerful change. Leo is one of the signs during this energy, or I guess you could say paradigm, that are experiencing some major shifts, major changes. And now's the time for powerful change to happen, especially if you've been stuck or trying to heal or overcome any kind of addiction. That can be this is a time for that to really transition. Let's get an element for Leo. What element should Leo work with? Marine life. This is richness. The ocean is ever changing, and it's always unexpected. You never know what's like if you're sitting on the beach, you never know what's gonna roll up to shore. But it's like arriving. That shore is arriving to give you that change that you need. That's metaphorically speaking, of course. But there's so much out there in the waters. Um, so there you go. Yeah, expect that powerful change. It's going to be really exciting to see how things transition for Leos. Very nice. All right, moving on to Virgo. Show us Virgo. What messages for Virgo this weekend? All right, Virgo. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You've been a very tough one here, over the last probably 2 to 3 years, and your season of struggle is about to end. Let's see what element Virgo needs to work with or will be working with. Passion. I feel like this is going to allow Virgos to get back in tune, back in touch with their passions. You've had to, most of you Virgos have had to put things on hold, put it to the side because life gets in the way, things have popped up, and it's just, been tough. But this is also getting back in tune with your soul and getting back in tune with the things that really make you feel alive and make you feel whole. But you're already whole within yourself, but there's just different things that can enhance that as well. Excuse me, I keep getting choked up. Ah, anything else with that? So I also write, Virgos, just as this as the end of this tough cycle approaches, go have a good cry somewhere, because you deserve to like release all of that those tough things that you have been experiencing. You don't have to hold on to it anymore. You're gonna be able to release that. So have a good cry session, like get it all out. And that's a good message for any situation, honestly. You've been through tough times, tough situations, and it ends, release it out. It's okay to do. Release it through the tears. I'm gonna take a quick refreshment break, and I'll be right back. All right. So back. Let's look at Libra. What messages do we have for Libra? I love how they just pop out. All right, hold your vision. This is a time to really focus on what you're trying to build or create. Hold that thought. Hold that focus. What element would be great for Libra to work with? Speed and movement. So, you know, get the engines rolling, get your momentum going, because the more you hold the focus, and the more you put that energy into it, it's going to manifest. It's going to come into your existence. Stay active, go do some activities. But if you are focusing on, your passions and your vision, it's time to go towards it. Time to keep that momentum going. Okay, that was for Libra. And if you're new here, say hi in the comment section. I'm doing live open request readings, which can be purchased through the Hypsee link in the comment section. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. I also am taking donations. If anything resonates with you, I'd be glad to take that through Cash App or through the Hypsee. All right, next is Scorpio. Let's see what messages for the sign of Scorpio this weekend. All right, if you've been kind of wondering about things, the answers you need are coming. A lot of times we receive, you'll receive divine intuition, divine hits. It's like epiphanies, clarity. Um, they don't always come when we want them to, but they come when they need to. It's like, oh, here it is. All right, let's see what element for Scorpio. What element? Okay, this is outer core, so this is like external, and I feel like I'm sensing that the messages aren't for internal benefit; it's for external. So, like, there's external answers that you need for questions that you've been having, and you're going to be getting those answers externally. So, instead of getting like divine hits, divine downloads, you're getting these external answers that you need. I do feel like sometimes you'll receive confirmation through certain means. but stay, um, keep your. I feel like this is also saying, keep that awareness. Keep that awareness. Hey, welcome in. Doing well, thank you. Hope you are too. All right, next is Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on with the sign of Sagittarius this weekend. Or let's get some messages for you. What messages for Sagittarius? All right, step out of your comfort zone. A lot of times, you know, you do, you guys want to kind of stay in in a comfort place, but now's the time to step out of that comfort zone and um, either face the things that you want to do, or just if you a lot of times you don't grow if you don't step out of your comfort zone. You're just going to stay the same. But we're here to evolve. So Sagittarius, step out of that comfort zone and evolve. You've been just trying to decide on doing something, but you've been too afraid to do it. Step out. What do you have to lose? Or let's get an element for Sagittarius. Like this one was okay. This is snow. The element of snow. It's a very quiet environment. Kind of a weird correlation with stepping out of your comfort zone, but if you, I guess, snow can be uncomfortable. For some people, it's not always, enjoyable for some, but do something. Uh, and I'm getting the message like a cold plunge, which can be very beneficial for your health, but it's not always comfortable. So you can step out of your comfort zone. You can build the body through cold plunges, through cold dips, cold showers. Um, so do something that's not always comfortable for you, but will benefit you. Okay? That was Sagittarius. Capricorn. What messages do we have for Capricorn this week? Meditate and contemplate. So this, I feel like Capricorns have been really in their head a lot lately, and trying to trying to look externally for things, but it's time to kind of retreat just a little bit, meditate on your situations, contemplate it. You can a lot of times receive answers through your meditations on, what to do, what's to come. Let's get an element for Capricorn. Okay. Dark matter. I've never gotten this. I've never pulled this one before, but the element of dark matter holds the holds the energy of mystery. When you meditate, there's kind of that slight mysterious energy correlated with it. It's like, okay, what am I going to receive? What am I going to see? What am I going to visualize? And you just never know. But a lot of times you can get the knowledge, the wisdom, the answers through that meditation. But do lots of contemplation this weekend, and the answers are going to come to you, Capricorn. All right. Next is Aquarius. Let's reshuffle this deck here. All right, Aquarius. What messages do we have for Aquarius? Time to take action. I do recall a lot of Aquarians kind of, being more to themselves in recent weeks. They haven't really wanted to like get out and be social or interact with others. But now is the time to take some action. Um, yeah, like getting out, being graceful, reconnecting, all that good stuff. Take some action. And also for your goals and dreams, things you want to bring into your life, and also things you want to start doing for, let's say, for the summertime. Now's the time to kind of get things rolling, but you can ease into summer a lot more easily, Aquarius. All right, let's get a element. What element for Aquarius? Okay, so this is the element of the east. The east is where beginnings happen. It's like new beginnings. Well, more so going towards the east, but things can come to us. Energies from the east can come to us as well. But you know, anything that you've been trying to start, accomplish, that's the beginning. Use the element of the east, and also the wisdom of the east, because that's where a lot of things originated from. A lot of ancient wisdom, knowledge, tradition, all kinds of stuff. So that's that element here for you. Last but not least, Pisces. Show us what messages are suitable for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Nothing is yet set in stone. A lot of times, Pisces are pretty in tune. A lot of times they're fortune tellers too. They can kind of see, but a lot of times when it comes to their own, when it comes to your own life and deciphering this, like sometimes you feel like things are just already set out for you, and they're gonna transpire in a certain way. But nothing's set in stone. You can change the course and direction of your life. You have the power to do that. Let's see what element will correlate with this and what Pisces can work with. I'm actually picking up on two. So this is inner core. This is about kind of like also going within, kind of retreating a little bit, finding your finding your spark, and then we have north, which is expansion. So it's like broadening your horizons, getting a change of scenery. Because a lot of times you feel like you're just in this um, path, and that's the way it is, the way it's always going to be, but it doesn't have to. You can change it. Nothing's set in stone. You have the power to change it. And find that time to expand things within yourself and watch them grow. All right, that was the zodiac signs. I did that a little differently tonight. See how kind of interesting how the things can correlate with different decks. So that was really fun. let's get into some crystals. Right, and if anybody would like a reading for themselves, that's what this is for. Open request live. Anything that's going on in your life that you want answers to, that's what I do. Just to give you a few options. If you ever want to go to the Hypsee link, that's the platform to purchase readings to be read live here um, on YouTube Thursdays 8 p.m. Central, Mondays on Facebook 8 p.m. Central. I've got most of these are anywhere from $5 to $10, so they're pretty inexpensive. Um, One good one's like question quick. Anything that's been really weighing heavy on you and you need some clarity, that's what I do. All right, crystals. What crystals would be great for the collective to use right now? Okay. Turquoise. Turquoise is the stone of, well, it'd be used for communication, but it's also about bringing balance to your life. If I remember right, this is in certain texts, this is associated with the storm element or different, all the different, what is it? Mostly wind, mostly wind. But this is about speaking. It's about speaking your truth, bringing balance to your life. It's also a great protective stone, but it is also tied with the heart. So the throat chakra and the heart chakra are closely linked, and this can bring a very soothing um, energy out when you're trying to speak. But the Native Americans use turquoise a lot. They revered it as a talisman to assist them in some of their psychic work. Right, that's turquoise. Let's get another stone. And stones can be purchased at most of your crystal shops. I work at a shop that sells crystals, the Golden Temple. Love working with them. I have my own collection of crystals, and they've really enhanced my life in a very positive way. So let's see, what other crystal for the collective? What's popping out? Kunzite. I had some kunzite on today, and I almost wore it again, but it's such a really great stone to bring in universal love. It also brings this energy of joy and lightheartedness, and it can actually. I've noticed that people will gravitate towards you because you're exuding this type of universal love, and it just really enhances your life. You need some like full on heavenly love. This is a great stone to wear. I'm sensing someone needs this by their bedside. 'Cause they may feel like they're not loved or surrounded by any love, but you are. So get you some kunzite and use that to enhance your life. There's another stone that wants to pop out here, so let's get one more. Which one wants to come out? That's enough. citrine, another positive stone. This is the stone of creativity. If you've lost that creative spark in your life, this is the time to bring it back. It also enhances abundance to come into your life too. This is associated with the solar plexus chakra. That's your stomach. That's kind of your manifestation willpower center. And wearing citrine can just brighten your mood. It can brighten your energy. It can brighten your day. Whatever you got going on, citrine will absolutely enhance that positivity. It'll spark that creativity. If you're working on projects, um, or needing to brainstorm, wear you some citrine. That'll help to pop up the ideas that you need for your journey. All right, where are we sitting? All right, any hoping to get some participation. YouTube's a little bit more difficult to get some people to join. Any other requests out there? I'm going to meditate for a second to see if there's anything else that needs to be relayed. Any messages? Let's stay on for just a couple more minutes if we have any requests. All right. I'm led to do the herbal deck here. What herbs would be great for the collective to use this week? Comfrey. This is a wound healer. This was used in the war, in different wars, especially the Civil War. Comfrey could be crushed up and placed over wounds to heal them fast. It's also known as, I think, bone set, which will help to repair bones if they've been fractured, broken, anything like that. It also helps to slow bleeding if that's that wound healing part of it. You can also add it to boils, abscesses, sprains, and bruises. A tea can be used, or like a poultice, and apply to the area and keep it. It's a very, very fast wound healer. So, um, in a spiritual sense, if we've been like a wounded warrior, we've gone through either lifetimes or this lifetime and having to continuously be that warrior, this can help to mend the spirit as well. Let's get one more herb. What's calling out? Feverfew. Very cool. Okay. So I'm sensing that, well, let's just say first off, feverfew is great for migraines, even headaches. As the brain accumulates toxins and impurities, there can be a constriction in the blood flow of the brain, which creates that migraine. Feverfew helps to unblock that. I notice a lot of times when we're heading into the humid season, the hot season, even if it's not toxicity in the blood, it can just be that heat that creates that strong pressure in the head. Feverfew will help to alleviate that. Okay. It's also good for aches and pains, menstrual cramps. Can help with nausea, coughs, and respiratory too. So I know we've been most people have been dealing with respiratory issues. The pollen's been really bad this year. There's been a lot of things being sprayed out into the environment to cause these respiratory issues. Feverfew can help assist in those ailments, overcoming them. So herbs can be found at most of your local herbal shop, health food shops, or you can get them online. Just make sure you find a reputable company to get these. I have a formula that I make with feverfew in it. I designed it for migraine headaches, tension headaches, stress headaches, hangovers. It's blended with feverfew, lemon, peppermint, um, and white willow bark. All those are kind of synergistically work together to alleviate all the symptoms of headaches, like the nausea, um, aches, just the pain in the body, pain in the head. So really great formula, but all those individually can work to assist with any head pressure, headaches of any kind. That's also good to remember if you know, I notice during the summertime, people tend to, when you vacate or you go spend the day by the pool or the creek or the lake, you're going to drink some alcohol, right? Well, if you end up having a hangover or getting a headache from it, that white willow, feverfew, lemon peppermint, those are really good and headache relievers. It helps you to overcome the hangover. So, all right. Well, I really appreciate everybody that joined tonight. Thank you for making it here. These are really fun to do. I love reading for the collective and individual people. I'll be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Central for Open Request Live. And I'll be seeing you on Monday on Facebook at 8 p.m. Central, live there for open readings as well. I hope everyone has a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend, and happy Mother's Day. We'll see you next time.